I believe that my ability to play music has helped me through various parts of my life. I think that my passion for music truly stems from my passion for family. Everyone in it is a musician of some sort or really understands music on a level deeper than normal. I've always been very close with my family. We laugh together, we travel together, we grieve together, and last but not least, we love each other. They are always there when I need them. A family like this has introduced me to values and morals that I'm truly happy to have. Without them, I would not be the intelligent, honest, and thoughtful person that I am today.
As a fairly hyperactive person, most of the main activities that I enjoy heavily involve either nature or movement in some form. My first passion would be mountain biking, as it provides an adrenaline rush that I crave since I spend so many hours sitting in class. Next, I enjoy traveling, as it brings a sense of enlightenment about the different cultures and natural phenomena of the world. Photography is one of my few artistic activities that I enjoy, as it allows me to capture moments in time of nature, or otherwise, that I find fascinating.
As I pull out of the driveway, I hear Lady Gaga playing on the radio, who's one of my favorite successful musicians. One of my favorite quotes from her is, "Ignore all hatred and criticism, live for what you create, and die protecting it." As I arrive to school, I notice a girl crying over her spilled Starbucks coffee, which makes me think about the 75,000 Syrian refugees stranded and dying in the middle of the desert on Jordan's northeastern frontier. But first world problems, right?
Beavers are introverted animals that prefer to stick around their dams and family and not leave unless they must, just like how I am at my house. Another trait I share with the beaver is determination. They are hardworking animals and will get their tasks done when they need to be done. The last little trait I can relate to in a beaver is that they are nocturnal. Although I'm not nocturnal, my sleeping schedule suggests that I'm pretty close.
If there's one thing that I couldn't live without, it would be studio art. I was interested in art at a very young age, and I was inspired to start drawing from my dad because he was always creating something, whether it was a giant oil painting or an intricate woodcut print. I sort of blame him for igniting my passion for studio art.
I found that I'm extremely minimalistic and like to keep things organized. I'm also selfish in the way that I put my health and well-being before others. I am basic because I like things that are simple and popular. I also found that I'm very imaginative.
I compare myself to a camera lens because I try to take the world around me and turn it into something that I can share with other people. Even though it's so difficult for me to define myself, it was really easy to pick a color that can represent me. The color purple to me is such an all-purpose color, and it has such wide uses. Purple ranges from dark and vague to clear and bright, and to me it represents how easily feelings change depending on the moment. It's also a reminder that life is constantly changing, and it's okay to feel directionless every now and then, as long as you keep moving.
I first began playing violin when I was 11 and have loved it ever since. For me, music is an escape. Each song brings you forward its own emotions and memories. Another deep passion of mine is nature. I grew up living in the country, which has greatly helped shape me into who I am. As a kid, whenever I needed to relax or just get away for a while, I would climb a tree and just sit in it, absorbing my surroundings.
When I was 6 years old, my dad brought me to his friend's gig, and he played the drums. And that's where I got my start in music, was playing the drums for about 6 years until I was 10. And around that point, I got into guitar and piano and bass. It kind of takes me to a whole new place when I can just kind of get into it, get into the groove of things, and really just kind of improvise.
I'm crafty because I love to work with my hands. I'm creative because I love imagining new worlds. I'm kind-hearted as I'm always ready to listen to someone. I'm jaded because I won't always believe them. And I'm a bibliophile because I just love to read.
Experience as much as I can in this lifetime. I have loved the art of writing ever since I learned how to read, and that love has grown and developed throughout the years into a type of passion. I love being able to completely remove myself from reality, even if it's only for a couple of hours.
However, the most accurate description of me would be ambitious, because I've wanted to do so many things in my life. For example, one day I get into sewing and learn how to make plushies. The next, I'm signing up on every website I can to learn how to code. I've wanted to be some sort of an engineer, a dermatologist, and now a filmmaker. And thanks to this project, I've gotten one step closer.
Ever since I was a little kid, I've always been interested in anything with a story. Books, movies, comics, games, but the one thing that I've always found myself drawn to was art. There's just something about being able to grab a pen and make whatever you want that I've always really loved.
An object that represents my personality is definitely a camera. And I'm not just saying that because I consider myself to be a photographer now. I say that because a camera isn't bound to one place. Pictures are taken everywhere, and I just love the idea of being able to explore and adventure, go to new places. Whether it's just going on a drive an hour or two away, or going on a plane. I just love the idea of being able to go to a new place and capture the beauty.